Gender Marketing and Its Effect on Young People by Dante Selman.
Brady Patterson.
I'm Marshall on.
First, I'm going to explain how movies, their stereotypes in movies, and how they affect young people in the movie, in real life. First, the stereotypes for women. Some common stereotypes is that they should be domestic peoples who stay home and clean or sew and do stuff like that, as you can see in this bottom right picture that says, leave the sewing to the women. Now, in the top left picture, you see Gaston saying, it's not right for a woman to read. This is showing women that they shouldn't do what they want, and they should pretty much let men tell them what they should want to do. Then, if you look in the top right photo, you'll see a group of Disney princesses. Two common things with each of these princesses is they are white and they are thin, unrealistically thin at that. And so, common effects on people, on young women, makes them think that they must be domestic, stay home, clean, sew, and such. That they shouldn't do what they want, and they should listen to men and do what they want them to. That they should be passive, and then also this can make them have low self-esteem because they think that they can't meet what they should be to be pretty. Now, common effects with men, or stereotypes for men. One is that they should be very strong, as you can see with Hercules. He's very strong, and also you can see part of the song, I'll Make a Man Out of You from Mulan. It says, be a man, be as strong as a raging fire. This is saying that all men should be really strong. Another common stereotype is that they should be adventurous, like Kristoff and Flynn Rider. They are both adventurous, like with Kristoff, he's living in the mountains, and he is very adventurous with living up there and pretty much exploring up there. Then Flynn Rider, he is a thief, and naturally, thieves are adventurous. One final common stereotype is that men should be the funny ones. As you can see with Olaf and Kronk, they are commonly making mistakes, you could call them, that are meant to make the audience laugh. And so, common effects on young men is that they think they should be witty, strong, courageous, adventurous, and because of these, it also typically makes young boys be violent towards one another and other people. And so now Brady will now explain how advertisements affect people.
Okay, so how advertisements affect young people. So this is an advertisement for a toy called Mod Machines by a company called Tonka. And in this ad, there's it basically creates a stereotype that boys have deep voices, like grrr, like that, but they also handle their repair jobs. Like they work in a shop where they build cars, they repair cars, and they take apart cars for like scrap. Like they basically run the repair jobs. Same with like this ad, the Home Depot Big Builders Workshop. In this ad, same thing, the deep voice, but there's also the stereotype that men, I guess males will control they'll take the job, like the construction jobs. They'll build the shelves for your house, they'll build your house, they basically take the construction jobs and they repair things. Same thing with this ad for the creepy crawlers. It portrays that men are kind of like strong. They have like deep voices once again, but they're also jokesters. They're pranksters. Like they would like in this ad, there's these creepy crawler things, and they basically fill them up with some sort of mysterious slimy liquid, and they throw it at their moms, their aunts, their sisters, their sisters' friends, whatever. Basically portrays them as jokesters. That's it. Okay, so this basically creates the stereotypes that men have deep voices. They take the build and repair jobs, like they build and repair things. They're strong, but they're also like jokesters. They're pranksters, per se. Okay, this is getting into the female section here. This is an ad for the Rose Petal Cottage. And in this ad, it's friendly. So there's like light pink colors. There's friendly music. They sing with a soft voice in this ad. But there's also duties. It creates the stereotype that women have to do the cleaning in the household. They have to do the dishes. They have to prepare the meals. Take care of the children. All kinds of things like that. Those same duties go on into the next slide with the Easy Bake Ultimate Oven. In this ad, it's the same thing. It's friendly, and there's that same stereotype that women have to they have to prepare the food. Like in this ad, they prepare the food and they do the dishes. But it's also like friendly because there's also the same pink colors, that friendly music, and the subtle voice. That friendliness carries into this ad, where it's a Lego ad for a female Lego playset, and it's got that same friendly music, that subtle voice, and those bright, pink, red, white colors. But it's also kind of like feministic per se. Like they go shopping at the mall, they go grocery shopping, and stuff like that. Okay, so that creates the stereotypes that women are friendly, they're polite, they talk with softer voices, they're feministic, they go do things that boys ordinarily wouldn't, and they have these duties, they have to take care of the house and whatever. So, how do TV advertisements affect children? So these advertisements affect children by creating ideas that they're supposed to do these things, like women are supposed to clean and men are supposed to repair, be strong. But really it could be the other way around or anything like that. It doesn't matter. Magazines.
Okay, how do magazines affect young girls? So some fashion magazines can affect young girls by seeing the way that models dress in the magazines, and it can affect the way that girls might want to dress themselves. They can buy different outfits, they can buy all sorts of new outfits they haven't tried before just because models affected them. They set unrealistic expectations for girls, which can, for example, in this picture, the model is extremely thin, and other girls can want to do that and would set unrealistic expectations for them that they can spend their whole lifetime to achieve. It can lead to different side effects like depression, which can be a lasting impact of these magazines that they see when they read them. They can also lead to different diseases like an eating disorder and even like diabetes and stuff like that. They go to extreme lengths such as plastic surgery and putting on tons and tons of makeup just to achieve perfection, just like these models achieve. The effect magazines can have on young adults. They can strengthen some of their beliefs that they have, such as sexism, and they see the way that models dress in these magazines, and it can change the way that they think of people who are quote unquote normal, and it can change the way that they see them. It can create new beliefs as well by seeing the people and changing the way that they think that people should dress. Instead of strengthening the beliefs, they may not already have those beliefs, but after looking at these magazines, they can change their beliefs or create new beliefs. It can endorse harassment for girls who are quote unquote ugly. Men could harass them more just because of the way that they don't look identical to the people in the magazine. And it can ruin some ambitions that they have, such as like wanting to get their dream job or anything else, based on what the other people look like, it can ruin the way that they want. Long-lasting effects can gender stereotyping have. It can affect relationships that they have with other people. Say they have a relationship with someone and they don't look or act like the people in the magazine, and that could affect how much they want to stay and be with them or like be around them. It can also affect their career. If their career and they have people in their career that don't look like or act like the people that they've seen in those magazines so many different times, then it could affect the way that they want their career to be. It also ruins their potential. They have so much potential that they start out with in their life, and by looking at these magazines and seeing the way that people portray them through these magazines, it definitely ruins the way that they want to be and the things they can do. How can magazines affect society as a whole? It changes the norm for people on what they want to do and what they want to be. If someone is walking down the street and they see someone who isn't dressing like the people in the magazines or doesn't look like the people in the magazines, then they might think of them as different or not as good as the people in the magazines. It reinforces different issues that our society commonly has, like sexism. And if a woman doesn't dress the way that they do in the magazines, then it can force someone to be more sexist towards the person. And it changes perception of how people want to act, or how people see different people. When somebody sees someone, it changes their perception of how they see them. Instead of seeing them as a normal person walking down the street, they see them as someone who doesn't look or act as good as the person in the magazine.
Now, the guiding question: how can gender marketing influence our sense of self? Well, this can influence our sense of self by making us think that we aren't good enough because we can't meet what we think is pretty in some cases, or is the right, what you should be, like for males, strong. And so this will make us think that we are not qualified. And so how this relates to resilience? Well, to be resilient means to oppose what others think. And with these topics, you must be resilient to not fall into the trap, so to speak, that you are not qualified, that others might think. And you must be resilient to not agree with these or believe these. Questions?